Hey guys, how's it going? This is a busy week for myself and the Unicorn team. We obviously are launching the course end of the week. More details coming on that. I got a podcast interview tonight with Brian Wright, and then we're also running a business here. So we got a lot of stuff that we're launching. We have a few affiliate offers we're launching this week, and the biggest one is we're launching our kind of second go around. We did Pat Flynn's last course. And about a month and a half ago, now he's doing a podcast course, Power Up Podcast. And so this course, we obviously have to build out all the ads and everything. It's just launched today. So what I figured would be interesting is to have this be done live. And so basically we'll have, I'm going to kind of keep the camera on, keep the live on throughout the next hour or however long it takes. I'm going to whiteboard out some stuff. I'm not going to build the campaign. I have all the audiences created. I have a lot of the back end work done, and Pat's got me all the assets, all the video testimonials, everything. We can talk about that. But basically just be on fly on the wall kind of today. And if you have any questions, I'll answer them as they come up. If not, I'm going to just go through my routine, do what I usually do with my lives, and we'll go from there. How does that sound? So let's get started. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over to the whiteboard, and I'm just going to kind of visualize out the campaign itself. I already have an idea in my head, and typically I don't do an extensive whiteboard session, but I think for the video it would be helpful to put stuff on a whiteboard, let you guys see it, let me work off of it, and then we're going to hop into Power Editor, and I'm actually going to build everything out. I already kind of started on one of the campaigns because he has an existing waiting list. He has a lot of stuff going on, so there's a lot of assets for both warm and cold traffic. So that's that. So let me just make sure we're good to go. Let me make sure it's broadcasting and everything. I'm going to be kind of working, so my main focus is not on the. You can keep the door open, babe. You can keep the door open.
Buster, it's gonna rain. And Buster's gonna get panty.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, maybe the audience would like to see Buster panting. Hokey will stay in here. So I got the brains of the operation here with me, and so I'll kind of keep checking for questions and I'll answer the best of my ability. But really, the focus of this is for just you to see my process and kind of be a fly on the wall. So if I don't get back to the question right away, it's because I'm focused on this. But I promise I'll keep checking interchangeably on the video. So let me move over to the whiteboard real quick. Let me get this set up so I can actually. A glowing word around me. It's like I'm a god or something. It's cool. All right, so we got the. I love these, so I got to finish setting these up. These are Nanoleaf light pods or something like that. So they're like smartphone control, lighting, mood sensors. So I got to finish putting those up. Actually, supposed to go all the way across the wall. I'm gonna keep building it. But yeah, so let's go over to the big. Let's go over to the big whiteboard over here, and let me just make sure you guys can see everything. It's all good. I'm also going to move one of the monitors around so I can actually make sure I'm answering questions and seeing everything. Got a lot of stuff going on here, and Larissa, my fiance, is about to take the bar, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the office right now between the two of us. So let me just, fuck, I just stepped on all the power cords, so that's good. So I'm going to rearrange my setup a little bit, and all right, let me pull this over. I'm just going to move the monitor, my one monitor out a little bit, and so I can see it. Beautiful. Okay, so I got that. Let me move my eraser over. Let's check this out. Awesome. So now I got my one monitor flipped over there. Got the phone right here for the live. I can see myself. I can see questions. I think we're good. We're in business. So let me grab a marker. Let me flip this around, and let's just erase this. This is actually the free plus shipping funnel, which is one of the 45 plus video lessons in my course that's launching this week. So I'll give myself a short little plug while I'm erasing the whiteboard. I'm really excited. So I have an early group of affiliates in there right now, kind of going through the course, and the feedback has been super positive so far, and so I'm really excited about that. Cool. So now I'm just watching the delay of me erasing, which is great. And again, if you're just joining me, I'm kind of just showing my process. My focus, this is an actual campaign, so I'm working. But I just wanted to give you guys a look at how I set up a campaign. I'm trying to whiteboard out some ideas. So I focus on the work and the campaign, but I will answer questions as I see them. So feel free to ask any question. This is for a podcast course. It's a $697 price point, one time, plus a $197 4-month payment plan option. So it's a little high-end product. We have some existing audiences. We have a waiting list. We have an email list. We have people that are in there already. So we have some existing assets, existing lists to go after. So I've already created the custom audiences. So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to kind of put up here some ideas of how I'm going to structure this campaign, and we'll go from there. So, really we have start off strong, right? So really we have some warm traffic already because we do have some, I wish I was using my red marker right now. We have some warm audiences already. So we have, a waiting list. We have a current traffic, so we have people that have been visiting the landing page. We have about 3,000 people that have already visited the landing page. What I did for this too is because this is a high profile person and because the landing page gets a lot of traffic from this email list, what I wanted to make sure we did is I want to weed out some people, right? So in the custom audiences, I set the frequency on the landing page to 3. Which means that I want to build a list, an audience of people that have visited this landing page in the last 30 days at least 3 times. So it's a smaller audience, but it's a much more engaged and warm audience because these people have visited the landing page not once, not twice, but 3 or more times. So they're primed to buy, right? They've already read all the stuff. They already know all the sales copy. They already know the pitch. And so that's a great audience to go after if you already have existing lists going on in the equation. So we have warm audiences. Then down here we're going to have lookalikes. So we're doing a waiting list lookalike. We're doing a current traffic lookalike. We're doing a existing course enrollees lookalike, email list lookalike. So we got a bunch of lookalikes going on. And then we have cold traffic down here. And so the beautiful thing with this campaign is that we have a lot of assets already going on. We have a lot of audiences that are warmed and primed. So we don't have to do too much on the cold traffic front, especially because this is a short time window course launch. So what we're going to do here with these warm audiences, because most of these people have already either visited a landing page, they're already on the waiting list, which means they visited a landing page also, I don't need to focus too much on pitching the product anymore, pitching the course, right? What I want to focus on is why they should join the course. What are the psychological hurdles right now holding them back? And so the most effective ad unit for that is a video testimonial carousel. The video testimonial carousel is like the holy grail of Facebook retargeting. And because it gives so much validation in such a small package. So you're not just getting 1 testimonial or 2 testimonials, you're getting 3+ testimonials. And each one is, call to action on it. So this is the video testimonial carousel. All right, so that's the first ad we're going to run, the video testimonial carousel ad, right? And then from here, we have several scenarios that can happen, right? So there's a few things that can happen. So we have option 1 is they view less than 75% and they don't visit the page, right? So that's the one extreme. And then down here, the other extreme is they bought, right? So these are kind of the 2 extremes that we have going on right now. So when people see this, remember this is warm audience that we're targeting. This is not cold traffic or lookalikes. Warm audience, they're going to get this video testimonial carousel ad. And then from here, we like to branch off all the possible options, right? The decision tree. So what's going on here? So the worst thing that can happen is they view less than 75% of the videos and they don't visit the landing page, right? And for me, that audience is kind of a dead audience. I don't really want to do much follow-up with those people because that's, they're clearly not interested. Maybe they'll see the ad 1 or 2 more times and they'll fall into one of the buckets. The goal is to get them down here to buying, right? And some of these people will buy after seeing this first carousel ad. So then we have, so they view less than 75%, no visit, they bought. Then we have kind of this middle ground of people that view greater than 75% of the videos or visit LP, but these people have not bought, right? So that's the bucket there, is we have people that have viewed at least 75% or more of these videos, they visited a landing page, but they have not made a purchase, right? So that's the middle ground, and we have purchase, right? So those are kind of the 3 buckets right now that we're going to fall people under. Let me just let this let Hoki out of the office real quick. You want to go out? Okay, you can go. All right, so she's out of the equation. So really our main focus now is on these people, right? So these people, for the sake of this course, because it's a CPA deal, we don't really want to do anything with these people. Obviously, if this was my company, my business, we would do post-purchase retargeting. I would be soliciting video testimonials and reviews, cross-selling, upselling to people. But for this project, this is the done deal, right? This is where everything ends. Up here, these people kind of fall out of the funnel. These people right here, this is the sweet spot. So these are the people that I want to keep moving along the funnel. And so these people now, I want to follow up with and get another ad going on to them. So these people now have already seen these great testimonials, right? They've already seen people talking about how great the product is, but they still haven't pulled the plug. They haven't actually made the purchase. They haven't dove in. And so there's likely still some objections and hesitations they might have. For example, they might have pricing objections. They might not be ready to purchase. Maybe they're still hesitant because they don't know if they want to jump in or not. And so what I want to do here is I want to play on the scarcity, right? So the beauty of this type of course launch is that it's only open for 7 days. So they have a limited window of time to actually get this course before the price dramatically goes up, before it closes off. The other benefits of joining now is that part of this initial beta group, these people are going to get 8 hours of office hours with Pat. They get a lot of benefits that they're not going to get if the course reopens and they enroll. And so what I want to do here is run a video ad. So I'm going to run a video ad of Pat. And in this copy and in the video script itself, what I want to do is I want to overcome some of those objections by really playing on the scarcity and playing on the fact that this is not going to be around for very long. This is going to close very soon. The price is going to go up. You're going to lose these features, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to play on scarcity. Cart close, office hours. So play on some of the benefits, play on the scarcity. That's going to be this ad, right? And so from here, now again, we got to do decision tree, right? So here our decision tree opens up again. And what do we got going on here? So there's a few options that can happen here. And I really like visualizing this. I don't do it too often on white. I just kind of map it out in my head, but I like kind of writing it out. It's important to go through this before you start a campaign. Because what you realize is if you just jump right in and start building stuff, you're not really looking at a high level of the campaign, right? You've got to look at it as a decision tree. Every single ad you run, there are multiple outcomes. And to be successful with retargeting, you need to know all of those outcomes. You need to create audiences for them. and you need to understand why that person is at that outcome. How do they arrive there, right? If I can understand how they arrived at that outcome, I now know what I need to say in the follow-up ad, the retargeting ad, to redirect them to the desired outcome, right? So this is a really important step to take. It's a really important kind of tool in your back pocket, and it's something I think a lot of people don't do enough of. They don't actually take the time to map this out, right? So, all right. So with this ad, again, we have at this high level, we have people that, view less than 75%. They don't visit. And here, so this is a decision to make, is whether I want to drive this traffic back to the landing page, or if I want to drive this traffic to the Samcart checkout page. What I most likely would do is I'll most likely A/B test those two different destinations and see which one outperforms. Typically with this type of campaign where it's very time sensitive and the audience is already warm, I want to move them along. So I'm going to drive them to that checkout page. So no visit to the checkout page, they viewed less than 35%. This audience is going to kind of fall off. So this top audience is always going to kind of just, I'm not really going to focus on them moving forward. I really want to focus on this middle audience, getting them to the bottom audience, right? So then we have this kind of middle ground, and these are people who triggered the initiate checkout event. People that have viewed most of the video, so view 75% plus. And then down here, obviously, we have people that purchased. Okay? So now again, I want to get this middle audience. I want to get them down here. So the goal always with these campaigns, and again, guys, feel free to ask any questions that you might have. I know I'm kind of focusing on this, but you can always ask any questions that you might have while I'm doing this, and I'll be happy to answer them. So the goal with these is always to move people down, right? So I want to move people from up here down to here, to the goal. So again, this goal is, people at the very top of the funnel or top of where they are in the sequence, and I want to get them down to the bottom goal, which is bought and purchased. Okay? Got it? You're staying with me? Cool, I got 10 people on here. That's great. That's great. So again, for anybody that's just joining me, we're going through a new campaign I'm building out for a podcast course launch. It's a $697 product. So we're just kind of mapping it out on the whiteboard before I hop in and actually jump into the nuts and bolts of building it out. So you're a fly on the wall today, and feel free to ask any questions. Cool. So I started out with warm audiences. I got a video testimonial carousel ad, the holy grail kind of advertising. Now I got a play on scarcity, another video ad, talking about the cart closing soon, office hours, all those good things, right? And then I kind of get to the final, the initiate checkout, right? So the initiate checkout, if somebody gets to this point where they are kind of at the very end of the sequence and haven't pulled the trigger, 9 times out of 10, it is a price objection. So the price seems too big to them. They don't really think they can pull the trigger on it. They're hesitant on it. So with this ad, I need to be able to do one of two things. I either need to be able to discount and offer them a deal for them to come and buy today, a special deal. If that's not a card I have, which in this case it isn't, and I can't do discounting, what I need to be able to do is add value. So I need to be able to make them understand that this is an investment and here's the outcome, right? So I'm going to pay $697 today. It's a big chunk of change, but it's going to change my life because I'm going to create a podcast. I'm going to get it up and running. I'm going to learn how to promote it. I'm going to learn how to market it. I'm going to learn how to get guests and sponsors and monetize it. And frankly, I'm going to use some testimonials, written testimonials, some data that's been given to me about already the kind of alpha group of course enrollees about their successes. So I'm going to use this kind of final ad. And this final ad I'm going to use some data, success stories, and show the value. So this ad is really focused on making sure they understand that other people who were in my shoes, who said this was a big investment for me, made that investment, and here's where they are today. And so I have written reviews already ready to go. I have video testimonials and I have reviews that are written. And so I'm going to use written review here of somebody talking about, hey, this was a big investment for me, but I made it, and after a month, this is where I'm at. I have a podcast, I have listeners, I'm getting my first sponsors, it's paying for itself, etc. So here's this is the top level campaign that we're going to build today. And we're going to do this on warm audiences. So this is people already on the waiting list, people that have already visited the landing page, people that have already on the email list, etc. So people that are already a little warmer, they're not cold traffic, right? And what I'm going to do with a lot of these too is, let me grab another color marker going on here. So for these, I've been testing out a reach objective for the smaller, really warm audiences. I'm going to do website conversions also just to test, but I've actually been noticing a lot lately that for my warmer retargeting audiences, running a reach objective versus a website conversion or a website click objective is actually getting me much lower cost results, much lower cost purchases or leads or whatever my objective is. And really the logic behind it is that if these people are already on the waiting list, they already know what the course is, they already understand the kind of price point, they basically said, I want to know when this is released because I want to buy it. I don't need Facebook to then go and look at these people and tell me which of these people are going to buy, which is what I would do if I was optimizing website conversions, right? If I'm going after a big audience, lookalike, cold traffic, that then plays, thanks brother, I appreciate it. You've been killing it lately too in your group. You're just on fire. I need to get 5,000 friends so I can bulk reject people and feel cool about it too. I can't reject anybody because I still got to fill that 5,000. But so anyway, so if I already have a warm audience of people I know are buyers, I don't need Facebook to then optimize the ad for buyers and find buyers, which is what they're doing with website conversions, optimize for purchases, right? Because it's my waiting list. This is already people that are warm. I already know they're buyers. I don't need that. And frankly, when you're doing website conversion objectives, you're paying a premium. That's the most valuable objective and campaign type you can run on Facebook. Again, you got to look at the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel when you're creating Facebook objectives. You start with brand awareness and reach objectives, right? Brand awareness, reach objectives. Then you have video views, page post engagement, leads, everything in the middle ground, website clicks. Then you have website purchases and product catalog sales and store visits. So they get more and more expensive the further down the funnel you go because the person that clicks that ad, the value you're going to get from them is higher and higher and higher, right? So what Facebook's going to charge you is higher and higher and higher. And so I don't want to pay the premium if I don't need that help from Facebook, right? So I'm going to use a cheaper objective, a reach objective for warm, hot traffic to get the buys instead of the website conversion objective where I'm going to pay more for that purchase, if that makes sense. So this is a tactic I've been using a lot lately. It's working really, really well. I'm seeing really good results from it. So it's something we'll test today as well, right? Okay, so that's the warm audience campaign. That's the sequence we got going on there. And so then we have two more campaign types. Okay, we have our lookalikes. So we're taking all this source data, we're building lookalikes on top of this. Then we have our straight cold traffic, right? Then we have people that have never, they're not on the waiting list, they're not on the email list, they don't like the page. They are people that we just find are falling under categories of interest that would be podcasters. So small business owners, entrepreneurs, people that make business marketing purchases, people that like certain podcast pages, etc., podcasting software. Those are the people that we're then going to go after under cold traffic. But the overall campaign strategy and tactics that we're going to run for this are going to look very similar. And really all we're going to do here is we're going to add a few steps here and then we're going to jump up to here, right? So the goal is to get these people to the same warmth level of these people. And once they're there, then they can start this stuff. Then they can start the video testimonial carousel ad, the play on scarcity, the success stories, etc., right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a few more layers between it because we need to warm this traffic up. We need to introduce Pat to these people. We need to introduce the course to these people. And we need to find out if this is even something they're interested in, right? So typically, and this again is a little unique of a campaign because of the scarcity and the fact that it's only a 7-day card open, I can't do all the stuff I would typically do here. So typically, what I would do with this type of campaign is I would run a ad here that is something like, an article, 10 reasons every business owner needs a podcast, something like that. And the reason would be because I can drive traffic to a third-party site, I can pixel it with Sniply, and get a ton of people engaged that I know are interested in podcasting, and now I know they've read an article about why they need a podcast, to then start retargeting off of that. That being said, I don't have a lot of time here to build up that big source audience and warm them up really. So I'm going to jump a step ahead, and I'm going to jump right into the kind of intro pitch. So we have a video from Pat. Let me go here. So we have a video. And again, you'll realize that all of my ads here are video ads. I'm trying to make as many of them video ads as possible. It outperforms single image ads. I can do a lot more robust retargeting with engagement audiences on video views than I can with text. And I have a lot more control over the sequencing because now I can retarget based on specific ads people interact with or don't interact with, unlike other types of ads where I don't control that as much unless I'm using UTMs and more advanced custom audiences, but it's a lot easier with video view audiences. So in this first ad, what we're essentially going to do is it's going to have an attention grabber. So we're going to have an attention grabber. We're going to have the what plus the who, the why, and the how, right? So this ad, we're going to introduce a few things. So right off the bat, I want to grab their attention, right? I want to use some type of question, some type of big statement, attention entrepreneurs looking to build their brand or something like that to grab their attention right out of the gate. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the what and the who. So what is this? Who is it? Then why should you care, right? Why should you care about this? And then the how. So, okay, I told you this is the number one podcasting course from the number one guy in podcasting who's working with a select group of business owners and entrepreneurs who are aspirational, motivational, want to take their business to the next level. And I'm going to work with you personally. I'm going to spend 8 office hours with you. I'm going to give you 50 plus video lessons. You're going to get this, this, and this. Then I'm going to say, why you should do it. Because I'm only doing a small group. This is only for 7 days. I've never done this before. These are the results you're experiencing. So this might be a longer form ad. And then the how. So how can you do this, right? Well, you can enroll today by clicking the button below and getting started here. So giving people that call to action at the end. So that's going to be kind of the first ad. It might be a longer form with a great video. We're going to grab their attention. We're going to introduce the course. We're going to explain why they need the course and then how they can get the course, all in one ad, okay? And then I'm sure you guys can guess what's going to happen here. So we're then going to have this fun little decision tree, right? So we're going to do the view lesson 75. We're going to do the view 75 plus, visit LP. So again, we're going to have this kind of breakdown here of the potential outcomes. And again, these are big buckets. If I wanted to get more elaborate here and spend more time, I could break these down a lot more detailed. So I could say, well, they could also initiate checkout. They could also visit a landing page, but not viewed 75%. So it really comes down to how much bandwidth you have, how many assets you have, and your time frame you're working in, right? So right now we're focusing on the big buckets, the big categories of buckets that people fall under in terms of behaviors and custom audiences. And as I go, I might add more custom audiences as the campaign progresses. And then remember, our goal is to move people down the funnel from cold to warm to buyer. Okay? So that's great. And then what we have here is, what I probably do is, here's where it starts to get a little tricky, a little dicey. Not a little dicey, but there's a lot more stuff going on. So what I probably would do is, anybody that kind of visits the landing page from this ad, I'm probably going to move up here. And then anybody that kind of views 75% of this, but doesn't go to the landing page, then I'm going to move them along to another kind of final ad here, where I'm kind of pitching the product a little more, giving them a little more information about the course and everything. And so this is what I might even break up and say, back here I might use a little more of this, kind of introduce Pat and do like a higher level. And then over here I might dive a little deeper into the course and kind of hit on some more of the course elements and what to expect. So I might do, 5 reasons. So those really work well if you do like a listicle type thing, 5 reasons you need to join this course, that type of thing. Kind of value plus benefits, etc. And then so anybody that watches 75% of this video, I'm then going to move them along as well to here. And so we'll kind of start off in this sequence, right? And then down here, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to use the same type of intro as the lookalikes, if that makes sense. So, so yeah, I mean, this is kind of the high level, what we got going on, what we're going to work with on this campaign. Obviously, once I hop in there and start building stuff out, I'm sure I'll have some ideas. We're going to obviously A/B test a lot of these variations, not just going to be a single ad. We might have 4 or 5 different variations, 6 variations of each one of these. And yeah, I mean, this is, then we're going to modify it. We're going to constantly be checking it. We're going to run for this cold traffic and lookalikes. We're going to either start website clicks, convert quickly to website conversions, or just start website conversions and use Facebook's new tool to start website clicks and then roll over website conversions. So that's what we're going to do there. And then the last thing, I almost forgot the fun part. So we're also then going to do is we're going to take these videos and we're going to run PPE and video view campaigns on top of them. So we're going to allocate a % of the budget for these initial ads, and we're going to run page post engagement campaigns behind them and video view campaigns. Because last time I actually ran this course launch, we tested reach, PPE, video view, and had really, really solid results, actually conversion-based results with these. So the goal wasn't conversion-based, the goal was simply to build social proof on these ads and get the view count, but we also reach people a lot more effectively and a lot cheaper and had some really great conversion numbers. So we're going to allocate a % of the budget, probably 10 to 20% of the budget on PPE video view for these initial ads. So that's what we got going on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn around, actually start building this stuff out, get to work. And in the meantime, keep asking me questions. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And yeah, let's build some stuff, all right? Let's hop in and actually build some ads and do some cool stuff. All right, let's turn this bad boy around. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Here we go. I got too much stuff on the desk right now. Okay, so we got the displays going. We're all set up, and we got our unicorn and Batman ready to go. So we're in business. All right, let me get out of this screen over here. I'm just gonna pull this over so I can still moderate your reviews and everything. And I'm actually trying to figure out the best way to have you guys kind of watching my shoulder without being too zoomed in. So while I brainstorm on that, let me think for a second. Let me see how tall this can get. All right, what I might do, all right, bear with me. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna bring a box over here and get you guys set up in the back behind my shoulder. So you guys can watch everything without getting in the way and bothering me directly. All right, cool. Let's check this out. Okay, cool. So you can actually, you're kind of almost at head level. Let me see. Cool. So it does look like you can see everything, which is great. You kind of got some insight into here. Let me see if I can zoom. That'd be great if I could zoom. There we go. Okay, let me pull my mic out of the way. All right. So I think we're in here. We're good. We're rocking and rolling. I think you're zoomed in. And yeah, I mean, you're kind of going to be a fly on the wall for me today. So the whiteboarding session was much more interactive, but right now I'm going to kind of just head down, get cranking away, and then we should be good. Let me pull this in. We should get a little higher. Let me see if I can grab another book or something. How many more books I can grab? All right, boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Cool. So we're now in the zone. Beautiful. So I know it might be a little blurry or whatever, but you're getting a view right now as I'm creating the campaign. So we just whiteboarded everything, and now we're actually going to start building some shit, right? So let's hop into it. So right now the ad set you're looking at is the Power Up waiting list. So these are people that actually are already on the waiting list. They've already expressed interest to buy. They just really need to be hit and reminded. So we got them in an ad set here. We're going to do conversions. Also, we're going to test the reach objective. And then right now we're going to hop in and let's build out this video carousel ad that I talked about in the whiteboarding session. So the video testimonial carousel is without a doubt the like one of the most powerful ad units you can run, one of the most powerful ad types you can run on Facebook. You just get so much social proof and so much validation in a single ad. It's pretty remarkable. So we're going to go down to our cards. We're going to select video. And now we're going to grab and upload all the different videos. So let me hop into Dropbox. Where are we? There we go. We got testimonials. We got video testimonials. let's hop in here. All right, so we're gonna pull the first one in and let that load. While that's loading too, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you want to chat about, just post it in the comments, and I can kind of like answer questions. Doesn't need to be about this at all. I can answer questions though while I'm waiting for things to load and just kind of killing time. So feel free to ask away, and don't be shy. I'm also going to use my my foot massager simultaneously. So this is the way to go if you work at home all the time. We got our True Medic foot massager. Look at that bad boy with the Batman socks on. True Medic is truly awesome. I bought their stuff at Traffic and Conversion, and I got upsold, which was funny. Luckily, I didn't buy the chair that cost $10,000. Then they would have really had me. So I do not know why this video is taking so long to load. It should be a relatively small. That's why. That is a massive video file. So I'm actually going to compress that because that is way too big to be uploading right now. So let's get a smaller video going. That's not going to work. Yeah, the other ones are way smaller. This one was just massive. So we'll do Super HQ. Let's get that going back. Let's choose the destination. Go back to video. Yeah, if you guys don't use Handbrake, Handbrake is a badass compression tool. So I use this for all my course videos. This made just getting all my videos compressed and everything way easier, which I needed to do to get everything fully uploaded. So let's do this one. All right, so we'll upload one of them. Hopefully this one will go a lot faster because it's not 2 gigabytes of video. And again, it's just not my day speed-wise. Everything's running a little slow, a little far behind. But this is what you get to be a fly on the wall, right? This is like most of my day is just waiting for shit to upload and whatnot. So yeah. I was wondering why I was getting so many views. So my buddy Rob shared this too, and he's got massive following. I was like, the group's got a lot of a lot of people in it for right now, but it's still, this is pretty impressive. So that makes a lot more sense. Thanks, Rob, for the love and the shout out. That means a lot. When you have somebody verified telling you good things, you know you're doing something right. Okay, so I think at some point in the next 30 minutes to 7 hours, we'll get the video uploaded, and we'll be able to actually create this ad, which will be sweet. In the meantime, we're just going to kind of sit here. What I can do while we're sitting here is I can show you. I'm actually doing some messenger ads to grow my subscriber bot, and the JSON ads been crushing it. Just in the last few days, we've kind of tripled, or we've added 100 subscribers to the chatbot, running a basic $10 a day ad campaign with my ClickFunnels ad. So that's been doing really well, growing this. And I highly recommend if you're building a list, you should be allocating a good amount of your resources to growing a chatbot list over an email list. So I really started investing in it beginning of the month, and it's been really rewarding. So my goal is to have several thousand people in my active subscribers that I can broadcast to. The value you get per subscriber in chat is so much higher than it is in email. So I got that going on, which is cool. Let's see what else I can talk about. So the actual Facebook Ad IQ Academy. I can give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes if you're interested in. So we're launching the course this week, which is super exciting, and I can go in and give you a little behind the scenes sneak peek at everything. So here's the kind of inside, if you're a student, the inside look at the Academy. I still have a few videos that I wanted to add as bonuses, and I'm never content, so I'm always adding more stuff. So right now we have 44 different videos in here. Let me take a look at the, I'm still working on some of the names and everything, but right now we got a section on building your foundation, where we cover the pixel, custom audiences, competition spying, behavioral and demographic targeting, using automation rules, getting inspired by copy and creative testing. Then we got ad type breakdown. So we have module lessons on creating canvas ads, collection ads, offer ads, sponsored message ads, and dynamic product ads. We have a whole module on data. And under here we have, knowing your numbers with reports. We have a deep dive into reporting. We have a thing on Facebook analytics. And then we have a section on using UTMs for better tracking. I apologize for the quality of this, guys. It's looks a lot better through my phone. It's just the internet quality is pretty shitty right now. And then we have my funnels and advanced strategies. This is the most exciting part of the course. This is the meat and potatoes of everything. So in this module, we cover everything from selling with Facebook Live, my free plus shipping funnel, my Smart from Scratch course launch over 3 parts, the foundational Facebook campaigns, my video ad funnel, the thank you ad that I run that makes a lot of money, how to turn photos into videos, the post-purchase retargeting funnel, overwhelming value lead gen campaign, Kevin Harrington lead generation campaign. So we hop into all of these in my funnels and advanced strategies. Then we have a whole module on Messenger, which is awesome. So we have a 3-part module on Messenger, getting started, Messenger automation, and then growing your Messenger audience. So this covers automation, broadcasting, keywords, AI, all that good stuff. And then at the bottom, we have, and each one of these videos too is pretty in-depth. So a lot of these videos range from 10 minutes all the way up to 40 minutes. So when you see, 44 videos, we're actually looking at, each of these videos could be broken up into multiple parts. But I just get on a roll and start speaking, and before I know it, it's 15, 20 minutes in. Then we have a section on profitably scaling. So in the profitably scaling section, we have a 2-part manual bidding series, and then we have my 20% scaling rule that we dive into. Lastly, we have my power tools section, which we're still adding some stuff to. So this takes a deep dive into my favorite tools that I use in all my campaigns. We have bonuses in here. So we have some PDFs and presentations that I've done. And then we're also uploading all my funnel blueprints. So all the PDF blueprints like that whiteboard that are covered in the videos, we're actually uploading all the PDFs that you can download and use for your reference. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here. I'm super excited about it. We're gonna have a discussion section, and there's gonna be a lot more stuff added, obviously, as we go. So that's a little preview of the course. And amazingly, I've been able to do that entire preview, and the video is still not finished loading. So I think I'm just having some internet issues over here. So I still got time to kill. So ask me any questions, and I'll answer them to kill some time. If not, we can just sit here in silence, and I can just use my my fidget spinner and fidget cube to kill the time. All right, it could be my foot massager is just sucking up so much power that the internet is just running a little slow today. Who knows? We got that one video compressed, which is good. Got a lot of open tabs. Yeah, it's also about to storm here, which is great. Come on. It's encoding. We're excited. Let's zoom out and see if that makes the quality any better. Oh my god, finally. We finally got one video added, which is awesome. So we have one video, only 3 more to add. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is just because this is taking so long and pretty boring and everything, you know, I'm going to kind of call it a day, and it's about to storm here, so I'll get really loud, and my one dog is going to start panting. Pretty. And so, yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of the whiteboard session we got going on over there. Like I said before, it's good to visualize everything and really map out your campaign before you get started. Map out the decision tree of all the possible scenarios after somebody sees this ad or engages with that. What can happen? Where can they go? Where can they not go? And build that decision tree out, model out the campaign from start to finish before you jump into it. It really helps just think more creatively and catch any holes that you might have not found if you didn't do that. So I'm going to get into building this, and if my internet connection speeds up and stops storming or whatever, I might come back on live and once I'm a little further down the line. But I think we covered a lot of it on the whiteboard. And if you got any questions about this campaign, want to talk about anything, just comment below. I'll respond with a video, and we'll keep the dialogue going. All right, guys, thanks.